Good morning, students. Welcome back to your 14th lecture of English grammar. In our previous lecture, we had started our new lesson number 7, noun possession. Let's see what will we learn here in this lecture today. First of all, we revise the previous knowledge, means whatever the rules we had learnt in the last lecture, we just revise them. Then we will learn more rules of possession. Then we will see the examples according to the rules. Then we will do the exercise and then I will give an exercise for your homework. In our previous lecture, we had learnt what is possession. Possession is belonging something to someone. Means possessive nouns demonstrate belonging, ownership or similar relationship over an object, things, animal or person. And we indicate possession by apostrophe or apostrophe s. We had learnt that the noun shows possession by different ways. The ways are different for the living things and for the non-living things. Let's see and revise. What are the rules for living things? For living things, we use apostrophe s and apostrophe to show the ownership, belongings or possessions. For non-living things, we use off pattern and apostrophe s when it's count in human form. For living things, when the noun in a singular form, then if the noun in singular form, when it ends with s or it does not ends with s, we use apostrophe s in both cases. Means if the noun is in a singular form, it ends with s. And when the noun does not ends with n, in both cases we use apostrophe s to show its possession. Let's move on. In plural form of noun, when plural nouns end in s, we use only apostrophe to change them in possession form. Generally, we use s, es, ies, ves to make them plural, right? So, in these cases, the noun ends with s. If we want to change them in a possessive form, then we use only apostrophe because the last letter is s. But some nouns are irregular plural forms. When plural nouns do not end in s, means they are called the irregular plural form of nouns. In this case, we add apostrophe s to show their possession. Some nouns do not end with s. For example, child, children, foot, feet, etc. In these cases, we use apostrophe and s both to show their possession. I hope you have learned this rule, and now onwards you can remember it. Let's move on and we learn more rules. The next rule is, if two or more nouns jointly possess something, then possessive sign apostrophe s is put on the second noun only. Means in the sentence, if there are more than one noun is there, we use only the last noun. We use apostrophe s to the last noun. If there are two nouns, we use the second noun. Let's see the example. School of Mohan. If we want to change them in a possession form, we can write Mohan's school, right? School of Sohan. If we want to write it in a possession form, we write Sohan's school, correct? Now, both schools, both Sohan and Mohan school is same. If we want to write them in a one sentence, Sohan's and Mohan's school is very big. It is wrong, because here school is a common, is a singular form. So we cannot use apostrophe s after both noun. So it is a wrong. Then what is the right and correct sentence? Let's see. We use only apostrophe s after Mohan. Sohan and Mohan's school is very big. It is the correct way to show both possession. Let's move on. The next rule is, if two or more nouns show separate possession, we use possessive sign apostrophe s is put to each noun. It means that both noun has separate things, separate owner. Then we use apostrophe s after both name. Let's see the examples and get clarity for this rule. Riya's new bicycle. Rosie's new bicycle. If we want to write them in one sentence, how can we write? Let's see. Riya and Radha's new bicycles. Here bicycles are the plural form. So Riya and Radha both have separate things that they owned, right? So this is wrong way. As we learned previous rule, if here bicycle in a singular form, then we can write Riya and Radha's new bicycle. But here both have own bicycle, then we cannot write same like this. But we can write Riya's and Radha's new bicycles. It is the correct way to show separate possession. Have you understand? I hope you will understand properly with this example. Let's move on. The next rule is possessive sign means apostrophe s used with last word of compound words. As we know that the compound word is the combination of two or more words. It is called the compound word, right? If we want to show the possession of the compound word, what can we do and how can we put the sign? After which word we put the sign? Let's see with the example and get clarity of this rule. In the case of compound word, we use the last word. Whatever the last word is in the compound word, we use apostrophe s after the last word. Let's see the example and get clarity. Brother-in-law. Brother-in-law is the combination of three words, brother, in and law. If we want to show the possession, then what can we do? We cannot write like this, brothers-in-law. It is the wrong way. But we show brother-in-laws. It is the correct way to write them in a possessive form. The next example, it is the correct way. Sister-in-law. Here, can we write like this? Sisters-in-law. It is right or wrong? Wrong. It is a wrong way. So, what will be the correct way to write them in a possessive form? Let's see. Sister-in-laws. It is right or wrong? It is the correct way to show their possession. So, now we have clarity. Then whenever the compound words in the sentence and we want to show them in a possessive form, we want to write them in a possessive form, then we add apostrophe s after the last word of the compound word. Now, time of exercise. Before we are doing the exercise, we just revise all the rules. Which rules we had learned today? The first rule is, if there are two nouns in the sentence and they both owned the same thing, then we write apostrophe s after the second word. If there are in a sentence there are two nouns and both have a separate own, both have a separate owner, both are separate owner of the thing, then we can use apostrophe s after each noun, means after both noun. And then whenever the compound word in the sentence and we want to write them in a possessive form, we use the last word of the compound word and write apostrophe s with them. We add apostrophe s after the last word of the compound word. Now let's do the exercise. What is the heading of the exercise? Make a possessive form of the following nouns. Make it correctly. We have to apply all the rules which we had learned up to today. First is new bag of Anju and Manju. So what will be the answer? Anju and Manju, and bag is in a plural form. If the third noun is means the thing is in a plural form, then we have to add apostrophe s after each noun. So we can add after Anju and after Manju apostrophe s. So the answer will be Anju's and Manju's new bags. The next question is class teacher of Anuj, class teacher of Sanju. Here class teacher is in a singular form. Then what can we do? Yes. So what will be the answer? Anuj and Sanju's class teacher. Have you understand? Yes. Let's see the next question. The door lock means door and lock both are non-living things. Then we can use the off pattern, means whatever the last word we can write it first and then we write off and then write the first word. So the answer will be the lock of the door. When both things are non-living, then we use last word in the first position, then use of and then write the first word. Let's see the next question. Medal of Commander-in-Chief. Commander-in-Chief is the compound word. So what can we do? Yes. Commander-in-Chief's medal. Right? Yes. Next question is Stuti's and Pritam's new game. Here game is in a singular form. Then this is the incorrect sentence. How can we write the correct sentence? What can we do to write the correct sentence? Do you know? Yes. We remove apostrophe s after Stuti. So what will be the answer? Stuti and Pritam's new game. Yes. I hope you will get properly clarity of these three rules which had we learnt today. Thank you. Have a great day.